everybody. This is April Chapman from Basic Healthy Living, and on today's Supplement Spotlight, we are going to be talking about an oldie but goodie. This is one of, I know, y'all was like, every supplement I say is one of my favorites. I actually do have a lot of favorite supplements, but this one in particular is called Activated Charcoal, and I am so excited to share with you all of the benefits of this amazing substance. So, technically, activated charcoal is not a supplement. It's actually a natural substance. It is nothing more than burnt plant matter. Burnt plant matter that is rich in carbon, such as coconut shells, are heated at a very high temperature, and the resulting fine powder is activated charcoal. Now, activated charcoal, this fine powdery substance of goodness, has one teaspoon of it has the surface area of an entire football field. So you're like,
okay, so what does that mean?
What that means is that the surface area of a particle of activated charcoal has great adsorbent properties, meaning it pulls things to it. The molecules, the ions, the small minute particles, what it can do in the digestive tract and in the body is amazing. So let me give you a couple of examples, right? Gas, flatulence, when you got the poop, the booty stink, right? When you have gas, it's because you've got either undigested food, sulfur, all kinds of gases are going on in the digestive system. And to alleviate that, you need something that's going to adsorb those gases. Activated charcoal does an amazing job for gas, right? Indigestion, heartburn. But the surface area of the burnt plant matter, also known as the charcoal, does an amazing job of absorbing toxins within itself so that you can excrete it through the colon and out through in the toilet. That's essentially what it does. But these particles have small chambers, right? Small chambers that kind of just trap things in. So I'm basically trying to explain it for just in layman's terms, but that's what it does. But let me just talk about what this substance is good for. So first, let me show it to you. I buy mine normally by the pound, but this is a half a pound, and obviously it's been through some things because we keep it in the house, and this is our go-to resource for so many things, particularly headaches. If you have a headache, one, oftentimes is due to dehydration, but it could be because you drank too much last night and now you have a headache, or you're dehydrated, right? Activated charcoal is good for headaches because oftentimes you've got toxins that are putting pressure on your myofascial nerves. And so this does a really good job of pulling those toxins out to alleviate that pressure. So activated charcoal is great for headaches. It's also good for heartburn. All of my pregnant mamas out here, listen. When I was pregnant with Haley and Hannah, I was a little itty bitty thing, but my stomach was out here, and having two babies inside at one time put a lot of pressure on the esophagus, and I'm trying to eat food and it's backing up. Half a teaspoon activated charcoal in some water takes care of that. You can actually take activated charcoal right after you eat, before the heartburn even kicks in. And not only will it help deal with the heartburn, but it'll also help you digest your food if you have issues with digestion, right? It's also good for food poisoning. If you've gone to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, and then all of a sudden you've got diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, this is great for nausea, vomiting, as well as food poisoning, because it adsorbs, whether it's E. coli bacteria, whatever the bacteria is, pylori, whatever it is that's giving you an upset stomach. This will, based on the surface area, it can adsorb a lot. So 1 teaspoon of it, half a teaspoon of it, can do amazing things inside the body. It's also good for kidney function. A lot of times people have poor kidney function because their body is so toxic. The kidneys is a filtration system. Its job is to filter toxins. Well, what if you have impaired kidney function and you're not able to properly filter toxins like you should, this will help improve the filtration of the kidneys, because this will alleviate some of that toxic burden that's being placed on the kidneys to filter, and this will do it for you. It's great for high cholesterol, right? Keeping your cholesterol balanced, because it's absorbing excess fats that you just really shouldn't have in there. It is also good as a tooth whitener. I know you're like,
because you can eat it and you can use it to whiten your teeth.
Yes. So when you're brushing your teeth, right, you can dip your toothbrush in the powder and start to brush, and it does an amazing job. It's non-abrasive, so it's not ripping the enamel off your teeth. It's just dealing with any of the staining or discoloration that results. And if you use this for like a month, you're like, oh, your teeth are just so white. Especially if you're like a Merlot drinker, you drink like a lot of red wine. You need this in your dental hygiene reservoir, or what do you call it? Your repertoire. Not did I say reservoir? I meant repertoire. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so what else is this good for? Okay, so not that you're an avid drug user or that you are considering killing yourself by taking too many pills. However, ask Fantasia. I don't know if you guys remember when she tried to kill herself and she took too many pills. When she got to the ER, she said they made her drink this little black slurry liquid. This is what they gave her. They gave her activated charcoal because in the ER, this is the first line of defense. Yeah, they can pump your stomach, but before they pump your stomach, or sometimes after, it just depends on the hospital protocol, they're going to make you drink this down, because they know that activated charcoal can absorb the toxin. So if you've got a little Billy or a little Susie at the house, and she or he gets underneath the cabinet and they just decide they want a cocktail of Clorox, and you're like, okay, we're getting them to the ER, but what can we do in the meantime? You make that baby drink a glass of water with activated charcoal in it. Every parent needs this in their home, and I cannot say enough good things about it. Oh, let's say you have a hangover, right? Activated charcoal. I'm telling you now, I know a lot of these uses, you're like, I'm the messenger. I'm just telling you, if you have drank too much and you have a hangover, you need to get some activated charcoal in your system so you can start to feel better. Like, I'm just telling people what they need to do. So we talked about drug overdoses. Let's say you are doing a detox or a cleanse. And a lot of people don't like to detox and cleanse because they're like, I don't like those flu-like symptoms. I don't like the headache. I don't like any of the way it makes me feel. The reason why, that's called a healing crisis. The healing crisis is not the detox making you sick. You're already sick. The actual detox is trying to make you feel better. But one of the, I hate to call it a side effect, because it's really not a side effect. It's really your body healing itself. But when you are going through a healing crisis and you have like the flu-like symptoms and a headache, you need to incorporate activated charcoal at the end of the day, because it helps alleviate the toxic burden that's actually causing the headache. So this stuff is simply amazing. And who knew that burnt plant matter like peat or coconut shells could yield such an amazing substance? This is like a scientist's dream. So I urge everyone, go out, get yourself some activated charcoal. You need to keep it in the house, but here are some tips or reminders or things you need to keep in mind. Do not use a metal spoon when dispensing activated charcoal. Why? It is an adsorbent. You don't want to use a metal spoon because of the propensity of this substance to be able to pull the metals out of the spoon, and then you're going to be taking in heavy metals, especially if it's aluminum. You want a wooden spoon. Plastic is okay. Wooden is more preferred, right? But just get it quickly, put it in. Like, don't let it sit on the spoon, but use a wooden spoon, okay? It doesn't dissolve. So when you put it in the water, you need to stir it up, but you need to go ahead and drink it, because it's just going to, the substance is just going to go down to the bottom. Also, keep this away from too many electromagnetic surfaces. This really needs to be maybe like in a medicine cabinet where it's dark and it's cool and it's dry. I keep this in my closet in my bathroom, but it's way off to the side. It's not exposed to a lot of moisture. It's definitely in a cool, dark place. Those are just my storage tips, but I have put a link in the description box below, down there, where you can go and purchase yourself some activated charcoal. You can get it from many places. Some places cost more than others. I tend to shop more local, but right now, if you're quarantined and you're social distancing and you are not trying to leave the house, I have helped you by putting a link in the description box for you to go ahead and get you some. So, if you have been pleased by this content and you're like, yes, activated charcoal was on my mind and I don't know what I was thinking, thank you, April. Go ahead and get you some in the link below. Or if you're like, I have never heard of this substance and it sounds like a miracle, I'm going to go ahead and get me some. Or if you're like, I already knew about that, you preaching to the choir, the least you can do is leave me a comment and let me know some of the ways you've used it and how it may have been a blessing to you. Either way, right, you need to share, like this video, leave a comment, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, I need you to hit the little bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you can be the first to be notified. So, this is April Chapman. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to thriving. So what does activated charcoal taste like? Honestly, TV static. It doesn't taste like anything. It's tasteless. It's odorless. It's just like drinking black nothing, to be honest.